Well, we talked a bit about Stuart Skinner yesterday. You did make a change to the lineup, and I'm going to assume winning formula, you often want to stick to it, but just the thought process on what Derek Ryan gave you sort of in the 4C hole and the importance on the penalty kill as well.
Derek played very a solid game the other night. Won a couple key faceoffs in the defensive zone. Was part of the penalty kill. Just the one that we had. But really, the importance that we saw from him was late in the game. That last 5 minutes. He had several shifts in that last 5 minutes, and just a guy who competes and very aware, especially defensively. And then also offensively, one of his first shifts in the first period, he set up Dylan Holloway off a forecheck in the slot. So, I thought for a guy who hadn't played for a while and playing in that game where the intensity and the pace is as fast as I've ever seen it, I thought he handled himself really well.
So, you you can score, but you found a way yesterday to win a game without scoring a bunch. What does it mean for a coaching staff to know that your team's capable of winning different ways?
I think it's very important. We can't always rely on scoring 3, 4, 5 goals a night to get our victories. There's going to be a lot more of those kind of victories if we're going to have success long term. And a lot of credit to the guys. They've worked very hard, blocking shots, winning battles, getting pucks in deep, and credit to LA. They played well and limited our offense, but I really enjoyed watching the guys play that type of defensive hockey.
Going back to that big, long winning streak guys had, you guys did win games like that. There were some games you had to grind out that maybe you weren't the better team on the ice, like possession-wise, but you guys managed to get those wins. How much does that kind of help, kind of knowing that you were able to do it then and to be able to do it last night?
Yeah, during that 16-game winning streak at the end, there's games that we're getting by or winning, but maybe it wasn't our best games. But even, early, middle of January, we're winning a lot of low-scoring games where, 3-2, 2-1 type games where, that's typically in the NHL. It's been said it's a 3-2 league where you score 3 and allow 2. That's usually a recipe for success. But last night we had to keep it to 1-0. But like I said before, there's going to be a lot more of those games if we're going to have success long term, and we need to have the mindset of maybe we just need one to win sometimes.
Kris, team game wise, people across the league looking at the box score might conclude that Edmonton stole one, and snuck out of LA with a victory. My initial impression was not that at all, and I just wanted to follow up a little bit on the team game. Was it better than maybe the box score would suggest, especially when you take a look at the percentage of LA shots that came from the perimeter? I think all but 7.
If you look at these shots, I don't think that's a good indicator of how the game went. I know in the first period we had only 4 shots on goal, and I know we had 4 scoring chances. Leon had a great scoring chance off the rush. Holloway, a one-timer. Corey Perry driving to the net. I thought we had a lot of good looks despite only having 4 shots. As the game wore on, there was less, especially in the third period. But a lot of their looks, we didn't give up a scoring chance off the rush. We didn't give up a grade A scoring chance. In my opinion, there was a lot of Bs. They were throwing a lot of pucks to the net, and they were looking for rebounds. And there's a lot of times where they almost got those rebounds, but I thought our defense especially did a really good job clearing in front of the net, whether tying up a stick or clearing a rebound. We're going to need more of that.
So I wonder if I can get a thought on the importance of trying to close this out on Wednesday and not let the series extend. It's the first time this team has been in a situation against this team, but how important is that to try and shut this down?
Well, I think it's just beneficial for your team long term, giving yourself a little more rest, the ability to escape the possibility of injuries as the longer you go, and we're playing a really good hockey team, and we don't know, if we lose Game 5, we don't know what's going to happen in Game 6, and we have to obviously respect them when we have a nice lead in the series, but it doesn't mean very much because they can change very quickly.
Just the way that special teams have been operating, how much is that an example of how cohesive this group is playing together, but also at this time of year, how dialed in everyone is?
Everyone is very dialed in. A lot of credit should be given to Mark Stewart, Glenn Gulletson, how well they've done with the special teams. Glenn's been, part of working with the power play for years now, and obviously he's a lot of good players to work with, but you also have to be flexible and have to adapt. And I think he's adapted very well to take advantage of what an opposition penalty kill looks like. Mark Stewart, on the other hand, has been new at the special teams and has done a fantastic job all season with the penalty kill. And you can see how much preparation he put in getting our players ready for this series. And they are absolutely dialed in on the penalty kill. And I think probably the biggest is just the confidence the players have of those 4 guys on the ice, reading off each other, attacking the puck, their opportunities to have that change of possession. So, special teams have been a huge part of this series.